There's so much to cover when it comes to this AI record. I want to start off by giving you some context. A few months ago, Fenix Flexin dropped a song called Rubbers. It was premiered in a snippet and him in a parking lot, performing the song awkwardly to say the least. And I heard it and I thought, this sounds fun. It's stupid. It's a meme song. I didn't think nothing much of it. That was a fun, stupid meme song. Quickly after that shit dropped, the talks around that song was like, this shit is clearly AI. I did not believe it was AI. I know what AI looks like. I know what AI sounds like. And I'm like, AI don't sound like this. The voice on the record sounded way too close to his actual voice. When you go back and hear his music, I'm like, yes, it's a different sound, different thing they're doing. But I'm like, this could be completed with some AI and vocal effects and doing a weird verse with doing a weird voice with a good engineer could get that done. So I didn't believe it was AI. I was skeptical, but I was listening to what everybody was saying. I heard it out. Eventually, all the niggas got on there and start doing the AI test, which is you put a piece of media, a picture, a song, a video, a photo, whatever, into this application. There's a couple of them out there, and it tells you whether or not something is AI. It gives you a percentage. My problem with a lot of those things are most of them are AI themselves.
I was about to say, I don't trust them at all, because I've seen the opposite happen of, like, especially with like text, because a lot of students use AI to like cheat on school or whatever. And so there's a lot of these websites where you like see, is this text like AI? And a lot of the time they do say it's AI, but I've seen videos of people being like, I wrote this and I put it in the AI and it's saying 67% AI. So a lot of it is just like bullshit. It's just like they're just throwing out a number. It was like, hey, it might be AI, but they don't actually know.
I don't like the idea of using AI to check if something else is AI, because I'm like, that's AI. Like, the whole point of us being skeptical of AI is like we don't trust it as a medium, as a way for information or to judge things. Why are we doing it to judge the songs? It didn't make sense to me. There was healthy skepticism on my end, but I thought, I don't know if it's AI or not. During that same time around there, I used the AI platform called Suno, where I put one of my songs into it to see what it would spit out. Because everybody was saying it's AI, and I'm like, how good are these AI platforms at spitting out a song that sounds good? So I put one of my songs in there, a song I was working on called Bad Riding. Actually, I'll play a little bit of what I made at first, and then I'll play what AI spit out and gave back to me. So here's my song.
Yeah. Right. 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 Right.
Go make music.
You haven't left your bed in 7 whole days. Weaker than usual, you feeling away. You telling me things, they don't feel the same. No, they don't feel the same, but luckily I'm by your side when you're bed. Riding, go in your closet. Skeletons hiding, no one confiding. No one will listen, no one is there for your fun, but I'm here for your tip.
That's what I put into Suno. Now here's what Suno spit back out.
Holy shit.
Totally different song. That's a totally different record.
What is that?
Totally different song. They changed the tempo, they changed the pace, they changed the beat, they changed words and lyrics around, they changed my voice, everything. That was the first one they gave me. They gave me a second song. I'll play that one for you now. So this is the second Suno song that they gave me from the same bass line that I showed y'all before.
Yo. Right. You haven't left your bed in 7 whole days. Weekend, you unusual, you feeling away. You telling me days, they don't feel the same. No, they don't feel the same, but luckily I'm by your side when you're fading. Go in your closet, skeletons hiding.
They made me Justin Bieber. I ain't gonna lie. They made me Justin Bieber, and I'm not gonna lie, that one did do a little bit of a donut.
That run was crazy.
When the first one just gave me like the nastiest pop song of all time.
Yeah.
The second one, they turned me into JB.
Yeah, which is
doing
like-
R&B nachos.
Exactly. It's
And
Journals Justin Bieber.
It was journals, and I was like, hold on. But even then, like, wow, it's AI Slop, and it's not what I wrote, and it's not what I did. It's not my song at all.
And it's not what you sound like.
It's
at
not
all
what I
either.
sound like at all. It's a totally different thing. It's a piece. It's not the worst piece of shit I ever heard in my life. And while that could fool some people, and I think 100% if I put that shit out, it could fool some people and people would stream that. It's a totally different song and it's not my voice. Like I couldn't put that out under Dom Sharp or Old Fat Dom or whatever because niggas be like, that don't sound like you. That's a different thing. So that was my skepticism coming from the Fenix Flexin song. Immediately, I'm like, I don't know what AI platform they're doing or using to even get a song like that. A few weeks go by, and then eventually the news come out that Fenix Flexin Rubbers peaked at number 62 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. The internet saw this and they got in their bag, Twin.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy for this song, which seemed like this kind of like organic, quote unquote, viral song online to actually make the Billboard chart. That means a lot of people are listening to this. Yo, an underground artist would kill to be number 62 on Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah.
Like this is very
That's a
difficult
lot of
to do.
streets. That's a lot of money.
It is. It is.
A lot of streets, a lot of money. This nigga came out the paint, and I don't know who Cuz is, but I fuck with Cuz. He came out and made this video. Did Fenix Flexin really use AI to make rubbers? This video breaks down the evidence step by step and shows you how they figured out the process behind one of the internet's biggest viral tracks.
By Fenix Flexin is entirely AI generated, and him and Perp are lying about it.
Swiping cards and stacking chips.
There's no AI on this.
No AI on it. You freestyle rubbers?
Yeah.
What?
They did not use Suno, they did not use Udio. They used something called Treblo.
So that's the first thing. The song I showed y'all was from Suno. I put a song in there. Somebody in chat asked me what was my prompt. I don't think I had a prompt.
You just threw it in
I
there.
just threw it. I didn't know how to work. I didn't use AI that much. I like most of my AI usage is just like Googling things and trying to collect data and information. So I didn't know about Treblo. Only knew about Suno. So I put in Suno, and Suno gave me some bullshit. But Treblo apparently is the way niggas is getting this shit off.
Formerly known as Sonato, which is a new free online music model.
And he actually exposed this on accident himself before Rubbers even came out. He posted a snippet of a song where he forgot to remove the Sonato text from.
This is insane.
Come on, gang. This how you knew. This how you know he had no idea this rubber shit was gonna blow
He
up.
didn't think it was gonna be a hit.
He just trying shit. He's just like he's just like a regular rapper. Just like, oh, let me see what the fuck is this, AI shit. Can I make some like 80s pop shit with this? Sure.
He thought it was a meme, dumb, fun song. Him and his friend was fucking around AI. Posted his snippet. Probably got a good reaction. It's like, oh, let's post a video to it. And then it became one of the biggest songs. It got 60. It hit number 62 on the Hot 100 billboards. He was fucking around.
Yeah.
This is crazy, by the way. This is insane that he left this shit in here.
Sonato, that MP3.
The file name. It's also really strange that Treblo used to be called Sonato and they rebranded to Treblo 2 days before Rubbers was released. And 2 days before that, he was getting accused of using Sonato for a different unreleased song.
So sound like they were in the studio playing around with this Sonato shit, doing some shit. It sounds like Sonato is a voice trainer. You feed it your vocals, you feed it your voice, and then from there you can type in prompts and it will work based off your voice.
Yeah.
Versus whatever Suno was doing is not doing that.
Clearly, you heard it.
So he's getting AI allegations, and then immediately the platform he used changes their names.
Go through a rebrand. Yeah.
There's like, yeah, which is spooky. Sounds like this shit might be in bed with the labels, and the label is trying to get this shit over as a way to erase artists, and he's just a guinea pig for all this.
It makes me wonder if they're closely tied to this company somehow or trying to cover their tracks ahead of time. But for now, I'll show you how I know they used Treblo.
All right, so the way this works is first you add tags, then there's a lyric box where you just tell it what you want the lyrics to be about. So
By the way, this one is crazy. I want lyrics that are resemblance of a rapper lifestyle.
Things like getting money and wearing expensive jewelry.
This is how people that don't listen to rap describe rap. By
That's
the way.
truly how like racist Republicans describe rap. It's all about jewelry and flashy lifestyles and money and over sexualizing women. That's truly that you got to type like that into the fucking AI.
Yeah.
show you what it sounds like.
Diamond watches tipping on my empty wrist. I'll get yes, man was the.
Yeah, so as you can see, it sounds just like the vocal on Rubbers, but that's not even the juicy part. We're going to get there next. So after messing around with this model for maybe 30 minutes with this very vague lyric prompt, I started to notice that it very consistently spits out exact specific bars from Rubbers, way too many, way too often for it to possibly be a coincidence. Very important context real quick. You might be wondering, is Rubbers feeding back into this model and causing it to spit out these bars and sound like Rubbers? And the answer is no, I know it's not, because I replaced Fenix with Eminem using the exact same prompt and it still spits out all of these exact bars.
Which I think is interesting. That's really good journalism he did right there.
I was gonna say, because that would have been my first thought. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's already, the song is like,
It's popular, so now that song gets inside of the algorithm, and now they're pulling from that. He said, no, we're going to take Fenix Flexin away, put Eminem, and it's still using the same exact lines, which means the AI model is not a good writer, which who would have thought?
Yeah, just every rapper ever in existence, you know, just uses these bars.
Who would have thought that AI is not good at writing good lyrics to describe rappers flexing and living a lifestyle? Who would have thought it?
Yeah.
So the lyric generation component of this model is completely separated from the artist tags. The artist tags do not influence the lyrics whatsoever, and I will show you proof of that.
Diamond chains, hanging heavy now by the heavy diamond chain. I see your face in the champagne bubbles, still seeing your face in the glass.
Okay.
It's very similar line.
Yeah.
Heavy diamond chains. I'm seeing your face inside the alcohol I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Which to be fair, not bad imagery. I get it. But also, if it's coming from AI, where did they steal that from? There's somebody out there who uses the imagery and they got to be sick.
Oh my God. Imagine you're listening to Rubbers and I'm like, this sounds like this song that I put out on SoundCloud 3 years ago that had exactly 65 listens. What? Why does this get fed into this fucking AI model? Why are these the exact same lines?
Which is why AI models like generative AI models like this are bad, because we know that they're scraping the internet. That's all AI do, scrape the internet, and they're scraping and stealing from artists, which is why generative AI is inherently bad. Besides for the fact that it's bad for the environment and earth and water, obviously.
Yeah.
It's also stealing from artists.
Pockets thick with plastic, my pockets getting thicker. Plastic smiles for the camera lens, stacking bills just to lose my friends. Plastic smiles on Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Plastic Smiles is way too
It's too specific.
It's way too specific for it to be a coincidence.
I agree.
Way too specific. That's definitely stolen. Like they're just repeating the same shit over and over, which is fine because like he said he's playing around for about 30 minutes. I don't know how many prompts or how many songs he got back in 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is not a long time for it to start repeating lyrics from the biggest song to ever be used inside his model.
How you already ran out of lyrics?
How you already ran out of bars?
Yeah, this is fucking shitty AI, yo.
Plastic smiles.
You know, all right, Bob, it's time to wrap it up here. Rubber band snap.
Rubber band snapping while I just let the rubber band snap.
Some kind of money on a table, it says a lot.
Bands on the table, bank rolls on the table.
In the
Like he's dissecting this shit bar for bar, word for word. This is amazing journalism by this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but he's cooking. Like he did all the legwork and really said, nigga, this shit is, by the way,
he was whipping up shit in the kettle.
shit.
Absolutely.
Whipping up shit in the kettle.
Yeah.
rain comes up often.
You stay stuck in the rain while I let me stand in the pouring rain.
Cannot sleep at night.
Talk for a living, but I cannot sleep at night. But I can't sleep through the night.
Him and Perp are lying to your face about it. They fully generated this song. You guys are generating and releasing and profiting off of copywritten material. Even if that doesn't end in legal repercussions, like, I think the whole creative community of actual chefs who are actually cooking and being creative are not gonna fuck with you ever again, so. And I find it weird that Timbaland is encouraging him to continue lying about it.
Don't answer no question. Let them talk.
Use AI to make a whole song is ridiculous. That's like crazy.
Also, the other part, he says at the end of the clip that he doesn't understand why Timbaland is encouraging this. Timbaland is one of the pioneers of this AI shit. He came up with an AI artist not too long ago. This is a thing that we covered. He has a fully AI, like generative AI artist that he signed to his label. He loves this AI shit.
Unks love AI, as in Timbaland and Ye love that shit.
Yeah. I saw a tweet from one of your favorite underground rappers, Igwe, a.k.a.
Yeah, I love Igwe.
He tweeted out something I thought was interesting. It was like, because a lot of artists, and we might get to this like with Tyga, there's a lot of other artists that are like, you know, defending AI. They're like, this is the future. Igwe, he tweeted out something like, they're comparing AI to autotune when autotune was being used by young artists that are trying to be creative. And all the artists that are using the AI are just washed up unks who are trying to keep up with the times. Hashtag not the same. And it's not. That's the truth. It's just like, AI is like cool if you're washed and you're trying to keep up with creativity from just younger artists. It's truly what it is.
People have been trying to position AI as a tool creatively and musically. It's not. There's a difference between generative AI and like some AI tools that we've always used, right? There are some AI tools that exist with just machine learning. Like machine learning happens when you do like an auto pitch thing inside BandLab. That's machine learning. The machine is like guessing what the pitch is and putting it correctly. That's machine learning. That is like AI. But AI has become like a catch-all term, a catch-all phrase that companies are using to sell products because they think the general public loves and enjoys AI. And maybe they don't think that. Maybe it's them trying to like sell AI because they invested so much money into AI due to like so much of the economy being propped up by AI initiatives. So they're like, we got to sell it some way, get you involved in this. When a lot of it is not AI. A lot of it is just machine learning, which we have always used. It's always been a part of it. Different thing. I will say, we talk about how younger folk are not using AI inside of music. Not true, because one of the songs of the summer is written by the kid
BabyChiefDoit, yeah.
who is on record saying that he uses AI to write songs.
ChatGPT probably wrote that for you.
Yeah, bullshit. I just downloaded that 2 days ago. I didn't know that shit worked so well. I've been using that shit to write my lyrics, real shit.
Word, ChatGPT?
Hell yeah, that shit work.
How do you use it to write your lyrics? Like you type in what you wanted to say?
What I did was I wrote down 4 bars, and I said, write me a song, and then it said, give me start me off, some shit like that. And bro, I started him off, whatever the fuck it is.
Nigga gave him pronouns. Nigga gave the AI chatbot. Nigga gave the LLM pronouns, which this is the beginning of AI psychosis. Whenever they start giving LLMs and these chatbots fucking names or pronouns, this is the beginning of your psychosis.
That shit, it wrote some shit. Now, I ain't use it, exactly how it was written, but it was some, some shit that I could pull out of.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was cool.
So
which line did he read? It was like, you know what, I'm gonna tweak it a little bit, but he is cooking.
When I first saw this, I questioned. I did have a come to Jesus moment when I asked myself, how bad is that? How bad is that? To me, the using AI part of it removes a lot of the artistry for me. But I do think it's not that different than like going to thesaurus.com or Rhyme Zone and like picking your scheme or like having this word. Be like, what word's wrong with this? Okay, let's say my word is exquisite. That in my bar. I say I rhyme exquisite. Okay, what I got? What rhymes with exquisite? Delicious, pivot, send. Okay, no. Well, how different is that? I think the difference is like you're getting almost full. They're going to give you full complete bars. Whether you take the whole bar by itself or not by itself, you are getting help from a chatbot, which is like you are creatively bankrupt. You can't even like go open a fucking thesaurus or Rhyme Zone yourself and help.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yep. Like, it's nothing wrong with like having 4, 5, 6, 8 bars and being like, fuck, I don't know where to go from this. I feel like every rapper's been there.
Yeah.
Every rapper's been there. But to sound like an unk, and not even the oldest unk, because the unk's older than me going right to AI with it, this weird age of unk, my joint was always like, all right, let me go to Rhyme Zone, see what Rhyme Zone got for me.
Yeah.
Let me see what Rhyme Zone got. Now I would just find a word and I'll try to pick it. And I'm like, all right, let me pivot. Or one of my favorite things, pivot the scheme. Pick a new scheme. This scheme is obviously dead if you can't think of no new bars. The scheme is dead. Pick a new scheme and move on. Flip it. Go. Change flows. You don't got to announce the flow switch. Just change the flows. I do think I think it's interesting how AI is being sold to us as a creative partner, a part of the process of making stuff, when it is just replacing you and your own story from your creativity. Like the reason we like art is because humans are putting themselves into it. You're putting your story, your experiences, your heartbreak, your trauma into this thing. You're fun. You outside the party. I bring up the Baby Chief doing shit because that song he got right now is hot outside.
Ghetto Love Story, yeah.
Ghetto Love Story, and that shit crazy. I love that record. How much of that you think was wrote by AI?
That's right. That's the tricky part of all this. Like, we can look at Rubbers and be like, oh, this is obviously like, this is the boogeyman of, like, you know, pop songs that we've been listening to recently in the radio, or songs that are popular. But the under-discussed part is how maybe prevalent it being used as quote-unquote a tool is in ways that are way less like distinguished, right? Like sure, Ghetto Love Story is probably his real vocals, and he probably really did record it, but if he used ChatGPT to inspire him for a couple lines, does that make it AI? Like, what's the line? What's the percentage? It's kind of very similar to like copyright law in many ways.
Yeah.
Like, I only know that because recently Potty Mouth Watch has been fighting a video, and I had to make the case of like, I had to look up the percentage of footage that was used, or in what way it's like we changed it so it's not a market substitute for the original thing.
It's true.
But it's really nuanced. Like, you have to use the right verb. They don't have like a written like 25% of the footage means it's, you know, copyright free or whatever. You have to like make a convincing argument based on human intent, which is where a lot of these songs, I feel like this is where we're heading with a lot of this AI music. You have to like make the case. What makes this song human? Even if you did use AI, what makes this human?
At the end of the discussion, after we figure out all this shit and go through the whole timeline of it all, I do want to ask at the end, like, how much is acceptable for AI art? I wonder how much of it is virtue signaling and like people wanting to be like anti-AI, because it's inherently is a bad thing. But how much of it is actually a disdain for AI? But before we do that, we talked about Fenix Flexin and his song being exposed for AI. We talked about Timbaland and his love for AI. We talked about how we thought it was just old niggas, but young niggas doing it too. But with the exposure of Fenix Flexin song being AI, Tyga came out and said his new album AI too. Now, if you don't know, Tyga did hop in the studio with Fenix Flexin. Right as that song was bubbling, Fenix Flexin and Tyga hopped in the studio. And they posted a snippet of them working on some new shit. And Tyga took the whole song, said, I'm gonna make a whole album with it. Fenix Flexin gave him his model, here's how you do it, and Tyga ran with it. Once Tyga saw the block was getting hot, Tyga said, no, nigga, I used the whole shit for AI. This is complex music. Starface does whatever fuck he wants. In a new interview with Vibe magazine, Tyga spoke candidly about using AI to create his new album, Starface, saying that this is where technology is going. It's no different from when Autotune first came out.
First thing that's frying me is them referring to him by his alter ego and framing it as like, yo, it's not really Tyga. Starface is like, he breaks the rules. He's a bad boy. He uses AI.
Starface being the alter ego he created in AI.
Yeah, the AI alter ego. That's insane.
Like,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck I'm supposed to be like? I'm supposed to be like impressed by this bitch ass nigga? No. This some bullshit. This some slop you selling me. When it's funny is when we first heard that first snippet, it was like, you know, he definitely got the Fenix Flex songs. And I think that's when my initial turn started to happen. Like, that shit might have been AI. Because no way Tyga is creating it the same way, same kind of vibe, same kind of sound that Fenix Flexin did. Now, the thing is that those Tyga songs challenge his voice is on them. I'm like, how the fuck are they getting their voice on it? Now we know now that the model that they're using is a learning model. You feed your voice and it spits you out. But we didn't know that before. Question: who gave a fuck about Tyga to now?
Oh, let's not completely disrespect Tyga. Obviously, he's bad at using AI, but he keeps a hit every once in a while.
Tyga, we're not gonna do that to Tyga.
Like, you know, it wasn't too long since, you know, yeah. He had some hits, y'all. Let's not, you know what I'm saying?
Let's not do that.
He'll do a mean 5-song verses against anybody.
5.
Maybe 10.
Tyga got 10 for this.
Yeah, maybe he got 10.
No, Tyga got 10. I'm not taking Tyga slander. Like, I get it, this some bullshit. But Tyga got a 10 for niggas, yo.
Yeah.
Come on, Rack City. Rack City a hard out for anybody.
That's a point for sure.
It's like Rack City a hard out for anybody. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You could play fucking, I don't care. Pick your favorite song ever. Rack City, come on. It's a tough out.
He made taste. You tell me he used AI?
When Tyga first exposed this, niggas looked at this shit crazy. Like, oh my God, Fenix Flexin dead for you. And the Fenix Flexin had to come out and be like, all right, y'all. Actually, I did use AI. In FR podcast posted, Phoenix Flexin now confirms he used AI for his hit song Rubbers. I never said I didn't use AI. I said it had nothing to do with the recording process. Nigga playing semantics games. Ain't nothing wrong with using new technology as a tool to keep up with the times or get left behind.
Yo, they all use the same line like they're in a cult.
Yeah.
This is what they say. This is crazy. Why are they all using the same exact line? Is AI writing their defense of AI?
There's no AI on this.
No AI on it.
There's no AI on this.
No AI on it.
You definitely said there was no AI on this. You were lying to us. You were lying to the general public to sell your record, even though it was made from AI, because you knew the public backlash you was getting. You wanted to monetize the profit as best you could before Push came to shove. But guess what? Push just arrived, and he's ready to shove, nigga. He's ready to shove you, nigga. He's ready to shove.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah, it's time, bruh.
All of them are using the same argument. That is, no, you gotta use it or get left behind, which I've talked to some creators on YouTube. And they all tell me that thing. Use AI or get left behind.
Really?
There's some creators I've spoken to who are using AI in their content. They be like, you got to use it or get left behind. I've heard that. And I thought to myself, that don't make no sense. How? Like, how would I get left behind? How would I get left behind? That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I tell y'all this, I have used AI to enhance images for thumbnails. AI didn't make the thumbnails. I just had a blurry picture and I used AI to enhance it, and AI enhanced the picture. I've done that. I felt icky and nasty doing it, but I understood what they meant by get left behind at that point. I'm like, because there's nothing I could do to this image on my own to make it look as good as this AI enhancement is. Felt icky, felt nasty. And I try to keep as human as process as I possibly could. I felt icky. I felt nasty. That's a fact. That's the thing I've done. Most of my AI use outside of that is Google. But I'm using Google and it's like I'm looking up stuff and they give me like links and shit like that. But I think it's supremely nasty to go from like, we're talking about what I used was me using it as a tool to them like replacing the creative process.
Yes.
They keep trying to compare it to like auto-tune. Auto-tune requires you to be there. The thumbnails, I made them. I still put the background on there. I blurred it out. I attached the image from the background. All you did was just make the picture more clear, and I detached the image from the background. Took it again. I blurred it out. I put the text on there. I did all that. That's a tool. You put your voice into a learning model and said, "Give me a song," and it spat out a song.
Completely different. Those are two different things. That's you like choosing not to engage your creative side at all. That's just like, just give me something that's gonna like satisfy whatever it is that I'm working on. Like the one thing I understand is the idea of like AI as a tool, which is like when we get more nuance about like what AI is. And you already talked about the machine learning. Like it as a tool, I don't think is going away because it's been with us for decades, right? Machine learning has been a thing that the tech companies have been working on for literal decades. I don't think that's going away. But I don't think what Tyga is saying or Fenix Flexin about, this is what art is now. I don't believe that at all. That's never going to be art because, again, you're taking away the thing that makes it interesting. Like that, they're just never going to be the thing.
So I asked the question, what is a good use of AI inside the creative process? What does it look like? What does that feel like to you for?
I know something that uses AI, in particular in this program, BandLab. It's this idea of voice change.
Yeah.
Right? The way they advertise it is that like you can use AI to change your voice to make it sound like something else.
Yeah.
Now, that's always seemed pretty acceptable to me because voice filters have been around forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can make that's been around forever, and all that is machine learning, making sure that a certain tonality matches what you're trying to go for.
Yeah.
All that the AI is doing is just like learning upon itself, machine learning, to get it down as good as possible. So that's considered AI. I wouldn't say that's.
I wouldn't consider it AI either.
I wouldn't say that's like obstructing the creative process whatsoever.
Especially if it's your voice you're changing.
Yeah.
If it's your recording, you didn't automate a voice as your voice and it changing how it sounds. Your lyrics you wrote. I feel that's acceptable inside the creative process.
Yeah, I agree.
Somebody in chat said organizing a docket. I think that's. I think if you come with like, if you go to AI and be like, I have these ideas. If you take that and then that's use a reference and then organize it more. Okay, cool. You took my rough ideas. You gave me a rough draft. You take the rough. You make a final draft. You mean back in school, did y'all had to write a rough draft, a second draft, and then a final draft? That's kind of that, using AI as a filter for your rough draft.
Right. Which I've seen that there is a thing like you can just like talk to, a voice recorder and like it will just write down everything you have and try to kind of organize it as much as possible. I don't think that's like you're not being creative, right? Like that, I would say that's not part of it. Even more in BandLab, there's like background noise removal. They say uses AI. That's why it's so complicated, because everything is marketed as AI or everything is branded as AI, and I think that has completely thrown everything off. Because now, if you say that I used AI to clean up my vocals, you'll be like, well, you used AI. You're against artists. I'm like, no, that's completely different.
I do feel like we're not coming off as pro AI, but we're coming off as pro, like, let's stick our use our brains when we come to this kind of stuff. Some stuff is off the table. Like, all of us, I think we agree that auto-generating a song completely, that's nasty. Get that out of here. That's like what Fenix, Flexin, and Tyga did. Those aren't tools. You are erasing the creative process.
Absolutely.
You're erasing the creative process. And we saw how it's worked. You put a voice in there, it learns your voice, you feed it a prompt, and it makes something. Don't do that. I think what's underneath that, directly under that, is what BabyChiefDoit does, which is, oh, here go 4 bars, write me a song. And then, I take some of the bars and I rearrange them and make a song. That to me is nasty.
Yeah.
It's not as nasty, but it's nasty because it's removing the creative process. Like, also, it removes like the part of learning new words and learn how to rap better. Read a book, read a thesaurus, read the dictionary, find new words to get your scheme off. It removes the like, I gotta switch schemes here. That's nasty. And I think those are unabashedly nasty versions of using AI when it comes to the creative process. Versus what Hank Green did recently. The Hank Green
Yes, I saw that
thing?
Yeah.
Hank Green used AI inside for a script he was writing. And he used it for the script. He did it for the organizing ideas. And he asked AI, he gave AI pushback. It was like, that don't sound right. Fact check that. And AI said, I appreciate the putback. And he left that inside his script.
That's how they did.
That's how they teched it. Because it was like, niggas don't talk like that.
Right.
He was talk like that. And niggas killed him for that. And he was like, yeah, I'm operating that scale. I'm doing too many videos. I got to take a step back and reevaluate. I should be using AI. And people were like, well, I can't even trust you to tell the truth now because you're using AI, which I think for what he does, if using AI as a way to scrape information together, to get as many links as possible and then read the links, that's what we're all doing every time we Google something now. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. The bad thing is not humanifying it. Reading the links, taking information again, fact checking it, and putting your own words. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. No check, no human check whatsoever. No human checkpoint of this information or whatever AI has gathered and bringing it into your own. Yeah, I think AI art and what's considered AI art and like, or art that has AI, that's gonna be I think we're nowhere near like the biggest examples of this happening, and there's gonna be so many more huge examples, and people are going to debate this forever. It's going to be a thing of like how Congress like determined porn in the 80s, where they're like, you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. I think that's what for now, because it's so broad and so new, I don't think we're going to have like a specific example of this is AI art versus this is art that has AI. They're both going to blur in weird, interesting ways. And it's going to be up to us in the general public to have the discussion of like, okay, this is AI. You can tell because there's no creativity, or there's these things that give it an AI feel, right? Because even that's happening too. When you put things into AI, now there seems to be like an AI feel with the songs you played earlier. This like super polished, poppy, like extremely clean vocals, incredible like ability to sing, quote unquote, going on runs. That to me screams AI. There's like the I'm a phenomenal black woman AI song. I don't know if you know about this. Where like there's older black women that are like loving this AI song called I'm a phenomenal black woman. And the singing like performance on this AI song is incredible, but also the lyrics are very like affirming and like it's been a thing where like just older black women just love it. They just can't stop getting enough of it. But that's an example of an AI song, like through and through, and people have like identified like that's AI versus, like you said, Ghetto Love Story or a song from I Am Music from Playboi Carti, where like one of the verses might be AI, but there's enough human vocals to drown it out. So does it count? What songs on Ye's Bully are AI? He said he redid this, but do we know for sure? Can we tell? It's all very blurry still.
Friend Paco, and I think this is reference to the Hank Green thing we're talking about. I like to think of it as hiring an assistant versus hiring someone to do it for you. Now that had been made against Hank Green. We talk about the Hank Green situation, because Hank Green is somebody who is a very successful YouTuber with a couple successful channels. And if you're using AI as an assistant to gather information for you, you could just hire a researcher. If you're working at scale the way you are, you have money and the resource to hire somebody to be a researcher, to research the videos so that you can write them. You don't have to use AI. When I think, I'm like, that's a worthy criticism. It's a worthy critique, and I think that's something that you could throw on his jacket. But like somebody said, it also comes down to just being lazy. Like, how lazy are you?
Yes.
How lazy are you? This is Paco. Paco said this? It's two different Paco. Jesus Christ. This is another person named Paco. He said, the overarching point is, AI is a time saver, but if you're just lazy, it's bad to use because you become a bot, which is a time saver is 100% what it is. It's meant to be helpful for some uses, like for gathering information, gather it, but also research it and read what they, make sure you get articles, be like, and read the articles yourself. Give me the articles and you read them. That's fine. And then you create your own opinion based on what you read. You're just using it to scrape the internet, which is designed to do. It's designed to scrape the internet. It's Google, but more efficient. The moment is like, the moment you say, write it for me, now you're a bot. Now you're lazy, and it removes all creativity, all the humanness, which I think we all hate, which is what's happening with a lot of these niggas. Niggas are not being like, I'm using AI to AI enhance an image I took so I can make it my cover art. I'm using AI to make the cover art. That's a piece of shit. That's AI slop, and nobody wants to look at that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to look at that. Go outside and take a picture. Take your picture, put it in Canva, and add some shit to it. Make it crude. Crude means human.
I do think we're all going to find ourselves in this, like, impossible standard of living. At some point, it's going to get to a point we've all used AI in some way, shape, or form, because it's all around us. It's in everything we use. You use AI every time you Google.
Yeah.
We all use AI in one way or another. So it's not about who's using AI and who's not, and does that make you hypocritical. It's about intention in understanding what you're using and trying to use it as ethically as possible. That's where we are. AI is inescapable. It's around us. You can't escape it. I think that fight was lost a long time ago.
Yeah.
So now it's about just moving with purpose.
Like I said, it's big corporation manufactured consent at this point. 100%. We're at the point where they've manufactured the consent where we can't, there's no way to get around it, my nigga. There's no way. The American stock market, our economy, is wrapped up inside AI projections. All of us feel like we're inside a recession. We go to the grocery store, we feel it. When you go online shopping, you feel it. When you look at your check, you feel it. You feel a recession, but the news and the stock market says we're not. Why? Because all of the stocks has shifted to, we're all invested inside these AI companies. And these AI companies, while they're not operating inside making money yet, the projections say by 2036, we're going to be making money. By 2036, we're going to make $1 trillion. By this year, we're going to make $1 trillion. So as long as the projections say this one thing, we're fine. Have you ever seen the movie The Big Short? The Big Short is a movie about the 2008 housing collapse, where they talked about how like the strippers and people who worked worked with people felt it before the people in the stock market felt it. Basically what happened in the movie, they explained it pretty well. It's based off a book. People were shorting these housing loans because there money to be had, and they knew once this shit happened, they was gonna make money on it, and banks would try to buy it back. They was gonna get buyouts, whatever. This whole big business thing that I do not understand that well. But the economy was like, we're good because we got all these loans that we're going to get money paid back on in a couple years. So we're going to be good, not knowing that people were never going to pay back these loans. It was going to fall apart eventually, and eventually fell apart. That's where my baby brain is seeing the AI market and the housing market be like, these things are very similar, because at some point, these were Both of them are the bedrock of the economy. AI economy is a circle jerk, same big companies buying and selling to each other. Yes, but also don't forget that the American government have put, and I'm not making this up, billions of dollars in subsidies for these places, for these AI companies. Billions of dollars of subsidies are being, that the American government is shilling out to these tech companies to build these big centers, to these big data centers where they can like have these AI things running and like have the water cooling them and shit like that. We're subsidizing. Your tax dollars are subsidizing that. I'm not making that shit up. Google it. I have a document about this. We did a Potty Mouth America about this a few months ago. When I was taking this video, I recently read a book about the women's suffrage era, and they had a phrase called, I forgot the lady's name who said it. She was like, "We want bread and roses too." Bread was meant to represent, we want to be able to eat. We want to be able to eat and fill our stomachs with food. But the roses was meant to represent a luxury. Like, I also want to be able to do a luxury every now and then. Like, I always talk about, Hassan said this thing, I've took it from him, where he says like, black people, not black people, people want their treats. People want their treats, and the treats is the roses. Like, Americans love the treats. There's nothing wrong with wanting treats. Life is too short not to have your treats. Hey, I like to buy a fucking stupid TV every now and then. I just spend $100 on the game. There's nothing wrong with your roses. The problem is that we can't even afford the bread.
Potty Mouth. Stop playing.
Well, hello, Potty Mouth.